Hello, wherever you are, and welcome to Government Affairs A Glance. We have been discussing about different aspects of government affairs and what you are supposed to put into consideration for you to be an effective government affairs practitioner. But today, we are going to discuss about media campaign strategies. The media campaign strategies used by government affairs in order to reach their targeted audiences and in order to popularize their objective, their targeted customers. First of all, we are going to begin by the definition of media campaign. What is media campaign? As you know, have so many types of media organization within a society or within an organization. All these media, when they're integrated together, they have the four main objectives: to inform the members of the public what is going on, to educate the members of the public, to entertain and to caution the members of the public of what is happening within the society. So if you are an organization or as a company or as a nation at large, of course, media is one way of reaching your audience at a very lowest cost possible. So you must come up with the appropriate media campaign that is able to reach your targeted audiences in order to be able to sensitize them about your plan of action. So what is media campaign? In simple terms, a media campaign can be summarized as a plan of action. A plan of action that is aimed at reaching your targeted consumers in order to inform them about the goods and services you are offering, or as the ideas you are having that is probably going to impact them in the society. So you must come up with the appropriate media campaign, either by use of, you can use what is called online form of advertising or digital media, or else you can use traditional media. When you're talking about traditional media, we are referring to magazine, newspapers. You can use television or else radio as a form of communication depending on your targeted audiences. If maybe let's say your targeted audiences are people who cannot access to radio, we are going to use radio as a medium of communication. If maybe they are able to purchase television, we are going to use television as a mode of communication. If they are able to purchase newspapers, or else they are able to use newspapers, we are going to use newspaper as a mode of communication. Let's say if your targeted audiences are people who are always online, then probably you are going to use digital media as a form of campaign strategy so that you can be able to reach your targeted audiences and communicate the information that you might be having. So if you are setting up a media campaign or a plan of action of a media campaign, there are things you must always put into consideration, or there are some factors that you must always consider before you come up with the most appropriate media campaign strategy. So how to set a campaign? Because if the beginning is false or is wrong, then probably the end is going to be false. So the beginning is likely to determine the end, and the end always determines the beginning. So if you want to come up with the appropriate media campaign, you must put all these factors into consideration. The first factor I'm talking about is what you call state your goals. There's no way you can know where you're going if you don't have the goals. So you as an organization, as a company, or as an institution, you must always have specific goals. Goals can either be long-term goals or it can be short-term goals. And of course, in every company or organization or as an institution, they are always having goals that they want to achieve. Most of them, they have long-term goals, but long-term goals must always be accompanied by a short-term goal. Let's say at the end of this year, maybe you want to increase your sales by 10%. So you must have the short-term goals that are going to help you to realize the long-term goals. So state your goals and let your goal be understandable to your targeted audiences. If you're coming up with a campaign strategy, maybe you're working as a team, let all your team members be able to understand your goals. And though you are going to actualize your set goals, they must be able to be aware of it for them to be able to support you towards realization of those particular goals. Or else, even your targeted audiences, they must be able to understand the goals you want to do, what to achieve as an organization or as an institution. So let your goals be understandable, let your goals be realistic for you to be able to achieve or actualize your intended objectives. Then number 2, you are saying that have clear objectives. This is where most of the organization may fail to understand, because when you set your objectives will determine whether you are going to achieve your goals. If your objectives are wrong, then the realization of the goals is going to be an uphill task. So always set your objectives clearly. And we are talking about objectives, there's something you must always be put into consideration. There's a rule that you must always apply when you want to set up your goals. And this is what you call the rule we call the SMART. Your objective must always be SMART. And when you talk about the word SMART, S stands for specific. Your objective must be specific. Don't just have a general objective, because general objective becomes very difficult for you to contextualize or to understand the way of being able to realize that particular objective. So let your objective be specific. By this we mean people can easily understand what you are carrying. Let's say, for example, you are conducting a research, and the purpose of research may say, the purpose of this research is to establish how many men have been affected in the family as a result of food shortage. That is specific. Maybe you are talking about Nairobi County. How many men in Nairobi County have been affected by food shortage? Whereas, how many school-going children have suffered from early pregnancies in Turkana County? So your goal is specific. It's not that you are beating around the bush, but your goal can easily be understood by your targeted audiences. Then, number two, when you talk about the word SMART, M stands for measurable. Your goal must be measurable. Measurability of the goals will determine if indeed you are going to realize your goals. If you cannot measure your goals, then it means your objective, then it means you cannot be able to actualize your objective. Let your objective be measurable. Don't just say, my objective this year is to buy a big car. Now, if you are planning to buy a big car and you cannot be able to actualize how you are going to buy that particular big car, it means you cannot measure your objective, which means your objective is likely to be, it is most likely to be vague, and you won't be able to actualize that particular goal in your life. Or as you say, my objective is to get a distinction in the ICM exam. But now, can you be able to come up with the measurable ways they are going to actualize in order to realize those particular objectives? Then how about it's called achievable? This one simply means don't exaggerate your objectives, or else don't be so over curious. Always make sure that your objectives can be measurable when you compare the available resources, or else what you are going to do in order to actualize those particular objectives. So let them be achievable, not exaggerated, or else do not come up with over ambitious objectives. Let your objectives always be achievable. Then let them be realistic. Realistic simply means if you are setting your objective, just like achievability, it has to be real. Which means don't be so overambitious about your goals. If you're talking about maybe you have to buy a chopper, is it realistic that you can be able to buy a chopper maybe let's say next month? Is it realistic? Don't just come up with things out of blues, or else out of imagination, out of world of fantasy. That one won't be able to help you to actualize your objectives. Let's be realistic in our objectives, not be led by fantasy or else, let's say, worthy imaginations. Then T, which is stands for time bound. If you are setting your objective, let it have a specific time limit. There's no way you can say, well, in life I'm going to drive, or less in life I'm going to open up a big supermarket. Which year is it? Which month is it? Or else after how long? So if you are setting up your objective, let your objective have a specific time bound, whereby you are going to work within your objective, and your time limit is going to be your driving factor. Because if you have maybe, let's say, after 6 months, I'm going to have achieved ABCD, you are going to work toward that particular objective within that particular duration. But if you don't have a specific duration, then it means that you don't have a time bound. And out of that, you are likely to procrastinate most often than not. So, still, we are talking about how to set the objective, the campaign, or the media campaign strategies. And we have talked about set your goals appropriately if you are setting up your media campaign strategy. We have talked about have a clear objective, and you have analyzed what a real objective is. So we are going to the point number 3, or the third aspect that you must always put into consideration when you are setting your media campaign. Is what we call do adequate research, or else prior research. And we are talking about research. Research is going to give you background information about the subject matter, right? The topic of discussion that we are researching about. If you are having previous or prior information about the goals you are pursuing at the moment, it will be very easy for you to understand the previous challenges, and during your current research, you are going to be able to come up with the way forward of setting or overcoming those challenges. Let's say previously, maybe when you are carrying out your media campaign, maybe some media stations were not complying, or else were not participating with you. Let's say some of them were against your idea, or else some media stations were very expensive for you. You're not able to afford maybe to pay for their airtime. So you do adequate research, and you know the way forward of overcoming such like previous challenges. So when you're carrying out a media campaign strategy, always conduct prior researches. Maybe we have some other organization that did the same research or they did the same campaign. What were their weaknesses, what were their strengths, and how they overcome the weaknesses that they went through. If you have this particular knowledge, it's very easy for you to come up with the most effective media campaign strategy. The number 4, identify targeted or target audiences. There's no way everyone can be a target audience. Of course, we have those audience who like you, we have those who don't like you, we have those who don't care about you. All these audiences exist in the society or in the community. So if you are able to identify your target audiences, you won't be able to waste a lot of resources campaigning in every area. Let's say, for example, your target audience within Nairobi County. You want to have to waste resources going to market or to campaign for your product in Mombasa County. Whereas, let's say your target audience is in Busia County. You can't waste your resources campaigning in Kisumu County. So if you are having your targeted audiences, it becomes very easy for you to allocate adequate resources to your campaign strategy. So you as a media practitioner or as a government affairs practitioner, always ensure that you have a specific targeted audiences and always focus your campaign to your targeted audiences. Then last but not least, we are saying identify the desired or adequate resources. If you are going to carry out any media campaign strategy, analyze the kind of resources you are having. Are they adequate for you? Are they going to be enough to facilitate your campaign? Or else are you having inadequate resources? If you are having inadequate resources, you are going to solicit other ways of being able to gain more resources. For example, you can seek for donors, interest parties, or else those who are willing to support you, the well-wishers, they can be able to support you in terms of funding for you to be able to actualize the purpose of your media campaign. So I do hope you are able to contextualize and to understand what it entails media campaign strategy and what you are supposed to put into consideration before you come up with an adequate media campaign strategy. Thank you for your time. I hope you have been able to understand all of this context. Let's meet next time at the same place.